at the moment, that's one of the strategies, one of the only strategies, given that the courts and the regulators have pretty much said that a machine can't be a creator and inventor, at least in the U.S. And in the U.S. Legal system. But I would say that the human in the design is very important. You absolutely have to have that as a strategy. But also, maybe you have to delineate. As an employer, you have maybe an opportunity to create some do's and don'ts or rights and wrongs to be able to, especially in a company that needs to create IP. So we're looking at a very specific example. But if the IP is important to you, if your brand is relevant and you're a tech company or whatever, what have you, I would say that it's going to be very important to tell your employees, and your framework has to absolutely exemplify this, is there should be a delineation of what part was your own thought process, and you have to document everything very, very rigorously now, I think, because the outcome of what you're creating is you need to meet the existing definitions. So it's very important to say that, okay, if you created a system which allowed you to search patent, if you're using a patent system to do your research, that's fine. Okay, but if you are using an autonomous system to create a patent or a patentable technology, you better have an engineer or several engineers documenting all their thought process and all their methodology and procedures that they have employed, and protect, and really, really make sure there's rigor in that. Only then, if they're using ChatGPT or whatever tools are available to them to run some calculations or run particular algorithms or, run some testing, that's okay. But you have to make those delineations. Today, that's what I was trying to push for earlier, is that I think IP law, as we know it, is, it's almost become sort of an ideology, but that's not really where corporates and this need for ownership and value creation out of IP is going to allow us to, I think, stay there. I think the boundaries are going to constantly be pushed. So at the moment, this is all we can do, I think, for the most part. I'm sure there's many specific examples of specific things, but, which are case specific. But I would say that overall, that's the guidance, because the human is required today by almost all legal definitions, right, in the world. So because Davos, there was a case that tested this, and at the end of the day, that's where regulators stand. And I would say still, you do what you can, but within all of us, I think there is a duty, because, to push those particular boundaries. So I think it's inevitable that, those definitions will have to be redefined in near term.